We're here at HDStreetwise in Beckingham with Shelley, the owner and founder. Shelley, what does HD actually stand for in HDStreetwise?
HDStreetwise began trying to give back hope, comfort and dignity to the homeless. So the HD is hope, dignity, and in between that comes the comfort. It's really important not to judge, just to help.
Wow. And how did you get started in this space?
Oh, that was easy. Backpacks and drink bottles. So I went to Passages in Northbridge and realised that the homeless were living out of those plastic bags that burst. And I thought everybody has a backpack in their house. So I put a word out and we got huge donations. And that's when it began.
Wow. And then where did that take you from the backpacks?
We needed to put something in the backpacks, and those little shampoos and soaps that you pay for, so you take home.
Yeah, in hotels?
Yeah. So they are perfect size for the homeless. So we make up toiletry packs, we put scarves in wintertime and beanies, hats in summertime, socks, towels, little nibbly bits, and tin food, all that sort of stuff.
Right. And so from backpacks to an op shop, where I don't quite see the connection quite yet. How did that happen?
Well, we were also held Passages in Mandurah, and it was winter time, and they got broken into and everything got stolen. So we put it out there and said, we need help, we need warm clothing, we need assistance. And as people do, they all came to the front, and we had a huge amount of donations. So from those donations, we were able to provide help for Passages in Northbridge, but we had heaps left over. So I then went and spoke with unemployment agencies and said, would you like to have assistance with people who want to get a job? Perhaps they might be living out of their car, on a lounge. And so we put together a program to provide clothing and a backpack full of toiletries. So we put it out there and said we were doing that, and more donations came. So,
wow.
Of course, then I had to think about it. And up until that point, HDStreetwise was running out of an area that I was working from. And I thought, it has to stand on its own 2 feet. So that's when I created the op shop so my baby could grow. And this is where we got to.
That's amazing. So it really was like an egg that has hatched, and you got this little chick and it's growing, and you went and built it another nest?
Yes, I did.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So I've noticed around this op shop, everything seems really clean and organized. It's quite amazing. It's almost like a retail store. How do you run it? What's your philosophy behind this place?
And so everything in the shop is washed, down to our teddies. Everything, absolutely everything is washed before it comes out here. It's also steamed and pressed, and we've got some amazing volunteers who help us do that.
That is fantastic and so unique. That is definitely a point of difference. Now, I know people who would love to do op shopping, but they have reservations about buying secondhand clothing that other people have worn, this and that. Having it washed would be all the difference for them. So
it certainly is, especially when you realise when you buy a new garment, you need to be washing that before you put it on because of all the chemicals and stuff involved in it. So here, the chemicals are gone, it's been washed and cleaned and ready for you to put on.
That is fantastic. So it seems that this has really been an adventure for you of one good deed leads to another good deed, to a bigger good deed, and another good deed. How do you feel that it has impacted your life?
It is good for the soul. It is absolutely fantastic for the soul. And ideas pop into my head, and I'm lucky enough to have people who will listen to what I have to say, and most people want to help. They just don't know how to do it. And so we just give them the opportunity. A backpack out of your cupboard, a drink bottle out of your cupboard, those little soaps that you shoved in your drawer, or those dresses you bought because you thought you'd fit into them. or the dresses that you bought that you've got too small for. All of those things. So, yeah, it definitely makes a difference. And recycling is the way to go. Landfill is got to stop. There's a big thing thinking that it's okay to throw out, but we're able to turn a pair of your pants, right? It comes in, looks quite nice, but it might have a hole in it or a mark on it. So we don't throw that out. What we do is we cut it into squares and we turn it into quilts.
Wow.
And those quilts are given to people in emergency crisis.
That is real recycling. I have noticed the governance behind this place, the cleanliness, the innovation, and the dedication. That is absolutely mind-blowing what you have got going on here.
Thank
and
you.
I can see your soul shining from all of that.
There are many times in our lives it's hard to keep moving forward, but when you know you have the power to make a difference to somebody's life, it energizes you and it gets you through. And so that's volunteering makes a big difference as well. We have people who are struggling in their everyday life and they come here because it helps them get through their life. So there's lots of reasons people volunteer, but if you actually give it a go, it makes a huge difference to yourself.
Absolutely. That is a philosophy that Rotary Elizabeth Key definitely believes in, espouses, and encourages. If you want to volunteer, do visit our website at rotaryeq.org. You can come and see the Catwalk Op Shop collection, get involved in the next ones. You too can have that kind of powerful impact. Everyone can. So tell us a bit more about the Scott boutique you've got going on. I've heard rumors.
I'm so excited about that shop. We originally were in Maddington, and when we moved from Maddington to here, I was really scared, because we've gone from being a little to a big. But when we decided to open the shop in Kelmscott, it was pure excitement, because when you know that there's a need and you know it's going to work from your very soul, it's energizing. So from our recycling and our quilts that we make, we put it out there and said, we're able to help people if they need it. We're making these quilts. We had people who contacted us and said, I have fabric. I can donate the fabric. My mother's passed away. I've got all this fabric and I don't know what to do with it. And I know she would love it to come to somewhere where it's being used. And so they were happy for us to sell it, use it in our quilting programs, etc. And if you look around the shop is quite big, but it's quite full. We didn't have anywhere to display all of this stuff. So that's when the idea began to bring crafty back into the budget. A lot of people get a lot of enjoyment from making something out of nothing, but a lot of people can't afford to do it. So it's really, really important to be able to give them the opportunity. Our recycling fabric gives us that opportunity. Our new donated fabric still gives them that opportunity. So our shop in Kelmscott began from that. We also were going to have a few little bits of clothing here and there just to get it so that there was a lot of interest when they checked out that we had a clothing shop here. They wanted us to have some clothing down there. So we thought, we'll do that. We'll put our top end stuff down there. So from that, we got more donations, top end stuff. So in Kelmscott, all the garments in there have brand new tags on them.
Wow.
Absolute amazing stuff.
We're talking designer things, brand new, tags still attached. I hear it's a little bit more expensive, but I like that the money is going to help people who are experiencing homelessness, because that's what this is all about, right? It's not just, okay, you go op shopping and you get your cheap bargains. It's actually a form of philanthropy. You consider that. Shopping as philanthropy. Your altruistic good deed for the day can be buying a dress that would have cost you $250 new. It's costing you $50, and that is going to feed people. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, here we've got beautiful garments. They are as good as new. They just don't have that little tag on it. And so everything in this shop is under $10. So that enables people who have a very tight budget to still look $1 million.
So you've done the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Wow. There's nothing you can't do, and there's nothing that anyone can't do if you put your mind to it. Wow, that is really fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, Shelley, and we really appreciate you lending us this space to promote op shopping in general and recycling in general and helping the community in general. But this mission, this is a really good mission to get behind. If you can come and support HD Streetwise, do check them out in both Beckingham and Kelmscott.